What I like to do is show the eastern seaboard here and show where Matagami is. There's a huge power plant right here that provides electricity, hydro, for the entire eastern seaboard, and first stop is at Matagami. I gave this presentation a week ago, and one of the presenters before me talked about monopoly. And I thought it was such an interesting way to talk about mining companies and talk about the game of monopoly and the board of monopoly that I tried to pull it into this presentation. What is monopoly? It's a board, properties laid out around the outside. There are interesting little bits on the property. One of the things on the board is utilities. Well, we have utilities, power. The other thing is the railway. We have a railway. We have a town site. We have properties. We have a partner, Xstrata, that owns the mill 100%. They also have a mine here called Perseverance that is theirs 100%. And we have an airport, a little less than you would find on a monopoly board, but we have a tailings pond. So these things, roads, rail, power, these things we won't require to permit. We have direct access to everything you'd possibly want to be a low-cost producer. And it really reduces the cost of doing exploration. So our agreement was to earn an interest in Xstrata's property by spending $25 million over 5 years. Down here, in an area called Bracemac-McLeod, where we started our first drill program, in our second drill hole, we made a discovery. We had 3 drills on the property, and we brought 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, and finally brought a 4th drill onto the property to take this into an indicated resource category. So you can see here, as the monopoly board, there would be our portal, our way of getting the ore up to a mill that is being fed right now by the Perseverance mine. Perseverance will be mined out by 2012. So we announced just recently that Xstrata has started a feasibility study that they are funding for $20 million to get this up to bankable feasibility. And then we hope to be able to ship straight from the portal to their mill. This is a world-class mining district. Discovery was made, the big one was made, but Matagami was made here many, many years ago. I think it was 1963 it went into production. It's a large area under our AMI. We have roughly 800 square kilometers of licensed ground that we're doing exploration on. This is a great picture because it shows the train runs out the back door of the mill directly to a refinery. So your zinc cons, they can't be transported much cheaper than this way. Power, tailings pond, etc. So as I say, great opportunity here. 10 past producers that Noranda and Falconbridge had in production, and 1 currently in production with Xstrata called Perseverance. One of the things we liked about it when we first got involved was this area had the ability to produce mines. And we know because of the low-cost exploration and low-cost capital that you could put something into production that's 3 million tons that could be as deep as a kilometer and make money. Through every cycle for the last 40 years, this camp has made money. And the reason it has is because it's a low-cost, high-margin deposits that are produced in the first quartile for cash cost. Matagami Lake, past producer, found first, is the biggest one, 25 million tons. Second one, put in production in 2008, found last by Falconbridge, and is the second largest. The third largest in the camp, found by us, is Bracemac-McLeod. You can see here we've got an indicated resource, 3.6 million tons of very good grade zinc and copper. As you can see, we're more than double camp average for copper. A shot underground taken in January at Perseverance, a very efficient operation. As I say, they began operating in 2008, will be completed by 2012. Completely refurbished mill, tailings pond, everything permitted. We can be up and running and through this as soon as Perseverance is mined out. A very dedicated workforce. One of the great things about being in Quebec is that everyone that we need to do geophysics, geology, geochemistry, or operate the mine, all live in the little town of Matagami. So why have we been delivering on results? Our first drill holes made the discovery here in 2007. We made multiple discoveries by bringing in more drills. We were able to take it into a resource calculation 2 years after discovery. The scoping study was completed by Xstrata in 2009. And just recently, they said they're going to an accelerated feasibility study. They have hired an engineering firm to make it arm's length. And they expect, with a positive feasibility study, to be breaking ground July 1st, 2010, which, as you know, in the mining business, this is lightning fast. For those, and this will be as close to geology 101 as I could possibly get it. This is a VMS deposit, how they form on the ocean floor. This would be 1 billion years ago, the ocean floor. Vents opening up. I think you may have seen on History Channel, National Geographic, these black smokers on the ocean's floor. They're pumping up sulfides. As they hit the ocean's floor, the sulfides drop out. The ocean here, the depth would have been about 2.5 kilometers. Temperature of the water was just over 0. And the fluids coming up are around 400 degrees Celsius, immediately dropping out these metal-rich sulfides. Many, many millions of years pass. There's a big flood of these basalts that reopens up the vent. The process starts again. We see another flooding of basalts, and again on the ocean's floor. And this would be 500 million years ago. Now take tectonic forces, tilt North America up on its side. You can see here, this is our experience from Matagami. Our first drill hole hit this, which we call the Braceback Two-Fight. While we're drilling this off, we hit the upper Braceback. The upper Braceback outcrops, or subcrops here, comes to within 25 meters of surface.